Okay, so this video, I just woke up from a nap and was thinking about this because I've been studying this topic now, the whole MGTOW thing. Like I said, I don't think I personally fully agree with MGTOW for other reasons. Yes, I think their logic is great, but I think the end is what I personally don't agree with. But I make these videos for like the younger guys who are in it, who may be struggling with the whole situation of like kind of growing above the reality of dealing with female nature. Now, what I want to talk about now is how when you get older, okay, when you're a 20-year-old man, you just don't have anything to offer. But when you get older, man, like when you start hitting 30, 33, like the whole shift in the entire game changes. Okay. It just is what it is. And this is something that I wish feminism would be much more clear about. See, they talk about it, but they do what bitches do. They talk around it and sugarcoat it and make it sound better than what it actually is. Okay, so this is what I really wish feminism would educate women on when they start talking about equality. Okay, because feminism always tries to project that, yeah, you can do everything a fucking man can. You're just the same as a man. You're just equal, and we're not. Okay, simple as that. And more importantly, what we're not equal on is the timetables that we operate on in the dating market. Now, to explain, as I stated in previous videos, and many other men will agree with me, a woman's mental peak of mental and physical attractiveness. I'm sorry, a woman's peak of physical and mental attractiveness is usually between the ages, I would say, between 16 and 25 before you start noticing any real either mental or physical degradation in her. I would say personally, after 25, 26 is pushing it. You see, it's never really about the man. It's about her trying to catch up to her friends, or her realizing she's alone and she's getting older and she can't keep up with those 19-year-old models anymore. Okay. And then after that, it's just pretty much the same story from then on for the rest of their life. Unless they can find some guy who's, beneath them, who will look at them as a prize, which is usually some guy with lower self-esteem. That's just the reality of it. If you break it all the way down, or every time you hear a guy, any age guy, it doesn't matter. And when he's fucking with a woman over 25, he always kind of has an attitude. Well, at least I can get some pussy. Yeah, I like her, but so if it wasn't for that thing, she'd be great. But at least I get some pussy. It's always the same fucking story because they don't genuinely fucking like them. Because it's the truth. After 25, they're just not genuinely desirable anymore. They don't walk in a room and get that natural, genuine feeling out of your heart when you see them, and you like are genuinely attracted to her with no doubt or question about it. They lose all of that after 25. It's over. It's done. Some of them can probably carry themselves a little younger and mask it up for a while that they're younger, but even once you get to talking to them and hear them talk, or just they just physically start degrading after 25 is when it starts. Now it's usually clear by 30, 35 that, yeah, like they're out the game. They've been put on the bench. That new younger kid got put in the game. Like this old Robert Ory got set his ass down because he got sore knees and he's fucked up. Now this goes to a story that I wanted to tell about when I got back. When I first got back from Europe. Let me tell you this: when women know you travel and they know you got some education, and you at least clean, oh, like they fucking love you. Okay, point blank, because and it's their nature to, and it's the same with women anywhere you go on the planet. Once you start mentioning travel, they immediately love you. That's where they immediately put you at a higher pedestal than any other man in a room. Once you, I don't know what it is about traveling. Maybe it's the mystique of the mystiqueness about it, if that's even a word. If the mystery part about it, I don't know. But women, when like every woman tunes her little tits up when she hears travel. It doesn't fail anywhere on the globe. So when I got back, man, I can't tell you how many friends had girlfriends or their wives or sisters and wanted to hook, who's like, yeah, yeah, I want you to talk to Susan, Sarah, whatever, whoever the fuck. And you know what's crazy? I'll be honest with you. Every time, like these women were not bad looking women. I was to say was send me pictures of her but yeah, dude, you should talk to her, bub. And to be honest with you, they would not be bad looking. They'll be in some cases they were actually really good looking girls, and they were 28, 29, 30, 31. And see that's why I was like, no, After I was here to age, no, no, because like I said, okay. And in my opinion, see, this is where women over 25 pretty much just lose either way. Like they can't win because in a man's mind, who could just keep running and do what he wants to do and fuck models whenever he travels, you know, um, like, and I'm not joking about like legit fuck models whenever he travels, and like because in America, it's a whole different sexual dynamic than it is in the rest of the world. But that's a whole nother topic. If anybody has a question about that, I can go into that in another video. But see, I mean, I would say any woman over 25 just loses immediately because she's over 25. As far as any type of real relationship, and she'd be lucky if I would have sex with her more. I say any more than twice in 1 month because okay, one, she loses simply because she's just older, and her the years where she can be properly formable and she genuinely likes you as a human and your personality and is like loyal to you. See, once they get that old, it's all about them catching up in life. You see what I'm saying? They don't give a fuck. You are just a placeholder to them. You are her consolation prize for fucking up before in her life. See what I'm saying? So like that is just a loss in general. Two, okay, like now with all the friends and family who knew these girls and they look this good, my next question is if she looks so good, how come she couldn't keep a man when she was in her prime? You see, so she looked better than this when she was 22, 23. Why, how come she couldn't keep a man around and interested in those years? You see what I'm saying? When she was in her prime years. So you fail because of that. Okay, then it's okay, well, if she's fucking, I mean, well, so you just a whore. I mean, see, like, so then you just gonna be a whore. So it's like okay, it's just a loss. Dating women, I'm telling you, dating women over 25 is just it's just a loss for any success, any relatively successful male who has his head on straight and is always thinking. They're just fucking losses, man. Like unless you just desperate, unless you're that man who just desperately is in desperate want for having children, then you can then it's just like shooting fish in a barrel with women at that point who are over 30 because it's just fucking easy because they're like dying for that shit. They'll probably have a baby with you within 2 weeks intentionally, but it's just a fucking loss. They're like dating women because like I said, okay, and I'll go into this topic. The only way I've ever seen a legitimately successful marriage that I've ever been proud of when I watched it, when I really watched the inner workings of it unfold out of everybody I know, is when the man got the woman when she was roughly either between the ages of 16 to about 22, 23. Those ages when she's still when she's still putting value in the man's personality and she develops she's still in that perfect bonding period in life. She still has those proper bonding mental mechanics. She has a, you know, like she yearns for something she hasn't really had yet. You see what I'm saying? Like a firm long-term relationship. Like she possibly even was getting better. She has been run through by 50 dudes every couple weeks at parties. Like she still has that bit of loyalty in her. That's truly about you. That's not about her and her. See, because a lot of men will get that confused when they get with these bitches over 30. See, they'll tell them anything they want to hear initially because bitches they women have that loyalty to themselves that keep themselves higher. You see what I'm saying? Like so a lot of men will mistake that. They'll think that they're being loyal to them and it has nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with them and their standing in life is what their loyalty is to. How they'll look to how they'll appear to their friends. You see how they're gonna get their bills paid. How they gonna have a man who's gonna stay around and keep a job. You see what I'm saying? That's what her loyalty is to. You just kind of fall into that somewhere, and she'll just tell you what you want to hear to keep herself going. But see, when you get them when they get, I'd say honestly, like 16 is about 22, 23. Those relationships are the only relationships that I've ever seen where like it genuinely feels right between the two. Like, but like I said, because she was taken up in those years when she was still in those perfect bonding years, where, like I said, like and this is gonna sound fucked up. Like I said, men and women don't operate on the same timetables, and this is what feminism really needs to drill. Because like this, also see, feminism is trying to drill in the men and women's brains that women should 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 go to high school, graduate high school, go to college, graduate college, get a career, get settled in her career, have her finances straight, keep her finances straight, then have a baby. You see, okay, let's break the reality down on that. Since women want, since the feminism wants to push that they're equal as men, right? You equal as men, which we're not because of this timetable, but we're equal. Let's say it. Okay, this is nothing but a fucking dead end. This is nothing but a fucking dead end sentence for women in doing anything that they genuinely can respect. Because women don't want to work for real. They don't. I mean, they might want to work some little bullshit job, but they don't want to be like I said before, women, and I got this from Patrice O'Neill. Women don't want to win. They want to be with a winner. You see, they don't want to win. They don't like to win. They don't like to think about that shit. They don't want to be the head dog. They want to be with a head dog. That's the reality of it. So let's say when they go to college. So okay, so most women are going to graduate high school when they're 18, right? They're gonna go to college. So okay, and let's do best case scenario. She goes to college 4 years. She's gonna get out at 22, right? Been boozing it up, getting railed by a bunch of random college dudes. So now she's gaining this sense of this mental independence that women never ever come back off of. They usually, once they get it, they just keep moving in life. So she's got this independence, she got this education, which is usually a negative for women. And this Beyonce hyping their heads up with this Miss Independent, whoever that singer was, be Miss Independent and all this shit. That just wrecks women's mentalities even more. So you're 22, best case scenario, which rarely ever happens, by the way. But you're 22. Let's say you have a bachelor's degree. Let's say you choose the woman choosing not to go to her master's, right? So she's 22. She's searching for a job. She's gonna go through a shitty job. She's gonna, as soon as she gets out of college, most times they're gonna be waitresses and all this shit for the next 2 or 3 years to gain some type of actual work history. So she'll be 25 by the time she's actually eligible for like a legit decent job in her field. So, and keep in mind, through these years, she's only making $8 an hour. So she has no fucking money. So all like her student loans and everything is just sitting there piling up. On top of being broke from paying rent or paying her car note and car insurance, gas, and all that shit. So her finances are still fucked up. So she's 25, roughly. She finally gets into a job that's paying halfway decent, right? So when she finally gets this job, it's gonna take another 2-3 years to even get back to some type of fucking respectable form of income and to be legitimately working properly in it. So you talking 27, 28, okay, now bitch, look, you 27, 28 years old by the time you popping your pussy on a dating market for real. Okay. Now so now you got to compete with all those 28 and below women. Not just the women that graduated your high school class. You got all these bitches who graduated from high schools all around the world from over the last 10 years to compete against. You see what I'm saying? So, and okay, now, and see, and this is where the time frame is different for men and for women. Now, man, let's say if college is your thing, you go to college, let's say best case scenario, you got in 4 years, right? So you 22. Okay, so when just for the simple fact you're a 22-year-old man, you can fuck an 18-year-old bitch right off the bat because women love older men. So older and more established men. So you gonna be more older and established than the freshman girl at 18. So would you go with this 28-year-old broad that's trying to speed rush your family, or do you want to fuck this fresh 19-year-old bitch that just got out of high school? Let's be real about it. You don't want that old bitch. I want that young one. So okay, so right off the bat, you already got accolades, if that's even the right word to say. So okay, so let's say you 22. So now you fucking 17, 18, 19-year-old bitches because they gonna glorify you just because you older. Just because they can walk in the room and say, my boyfriend's 22. Women will do that. So after that, let's say 2-3 more years, you probably work, dumbass bullshit jobs too. Okay, so now you 25, right? Okay, you 25. A 20 to 22-year-old bitch is gonna fuck you just because you 25 and you older. Because I had it happen with me. It is what it is. Just because you graduated and you older, she's like she will fuck you. Okay, so you can start a family with her if you want to. I wouldn't advise it, but you can. And then so by the time you hit 28, you got all this others to pick from that's more than happy and willing to fuck with you. Whereas, see, when women hit 28, well, see, women are going to typically want the 30-year-olds and up, the older man. But who are those 30-year-olds going after? And the 32-year-old men going after? They going after those prime ages. You see what I'm saying? This is what feminism has to get through women's thick fucking skulls to understand. Look, nobody cares what you earn. Nobody cares, nobody cares what you accomplished in life. When the real shit boils down to it, just like from the beginning of time, and it's the constant fucking track everywhere on the fucking planet right now. You could travel to any country you want to, and you will see this same method happen. Beautiful women get the more affluent men. That's what it is. The affluent men don't care what school you went to. Okay, you gonna walk in here and learn how? Are you gonna walk in here and act right and look cute? Then that's all he fucking cares about. Nobody cares about this shit. The only ones who care about this shit is other dumb bitches. That's who sits up in the bars and you see them on Instagram, single by the way, drinking they out their wine glass trying to look cute because they fueling some fucking retarded mental image in their head from some movie they seen 10 years ago and think to themselves, I made it, until they look around and see everybody else with kids and married. And then they feel like, oh, I'm fucked up, because Prince Charming ain't coming because I'm old now. And then what do they do? What do they do? They got to settle for some guy they don't want. This is why in the previous video I said a woman's inevitable end in most cases is to settle, because they're not go getters. And even if they want to be go getters, like the only way they can really be go getters is they don't end up being a prostitute. That's really about doing. And then some of them do get lucky and marry a decent dude. It happens. I've witnessed it happen. Very rarely, but it happens. Very, very rarely. Like, but yeah, man, like when you get over 30, man, like any guy who's watching this, and if you having trouble with women and when you're 19, 20, 21, like watch. The whole thing switches up at 30. You just have to keep self-confidence in yourself. Because like I said, man, I was getting offers from people I didn't even expect. Yeah, you should date my friend. You should go out with my friend. Oh, she wants to have kids. Blah, blah. I'm like, she wants to have kids and she looks like this? Okay, that's fucked up. Okay, if a woman looks great at 30 and she wants to have kids, don't ever touch that shit. Don't ever touch that. That is walking into fucked upness. Because like I said earlier, if she looks that good and she's 30 and she's trying to have a kid, okay, she actually has to verbally say, I'm trying to have a kid to somebody. Oh no, that's bad. That's real bad. That's like, I don't know. I'm trying to think of a quick, okay, that would be like, let's say there's a round table at a steakhouse, right? And they sit out steaks at every 10 table, freshly cooked hot steaks at every table, right? And people keep sitting down and eating at every other chair but this one chair to eat steak. Okay, and this shit went on for 10 years. You see what I'm saying? Because the bitch 30 now. So let's say it went on for 12 years. Men was going down eating out from all these other tables, getting all this, getting full, shitting from it. Go get some steak out of there. But ain't nobody sitting down at this table while it's in its prime. You see what I'm saying? For 12 years. Your common sense will tell you, don't sit at that table. Something's wrong. Either something wrong with that chair, something wrong with that steak, something wrong with how to leverage that table. So, or maybe it's like a cold air breeze that's coming. Something's fucked up with that spot. Don't touch it. You see what I'm saying? So when y'all get with these whores, when they be hitting 30 and they ain't got no kids, I'm telling you that is just a loss. That is just like once they get above 20, 25, I would say 25, and they can't keep a man. There is no positive outlook on that at all. There is no positive. For me personally, I would say in the dating market for my agenda and for what I look for, like that is just a complete loss. There is no positive way to, because let's say she was with a dude for 5-6 years. Okay, why did he leave? Or why did she leave him? Now, okay, why did he leave? Because she's fucking crazy, or because she's just bad at sex, or because she's horrible with finances. Who knows? But with anything, there was a reason why he left. Now, on the other hand, why did she leave? because he's a piece of shit, because he beat her up, because he cheated on her. Well, she's a poor choice of character. You see what I'm saying? Do you really want to have a kid with a woman who would do either one of those things? Be honest with yourself. Would you want a kid with a woman who either was a piece of shit herself or was a poor decision maker with who to let in her life? Think about it. Seriously. Think about that.